So the previous day we will just discuss about which are the input and output devices and how we can use that input output devices with uh, file handling. Okay. So the next topic it is with statement. The next statement it is with statement. That is Python's with statement. That is with statement is used to relate two operations together. For easily handling this file handling, we are using this with statement. The use of with statement is that we can relate two operations in a single statement, and there is no need of using close statement when we use with statement. Okay, when we use with statement for opening of file, there is no need of close operation or close statement. Okay, so Python's with statement for file handling is very handy when you have two related operations which you would like to execute as a pair with a block of code in between. That is, you just take care of this. This is an example for with statement. With, how is the open statement for normal file? That is, A is equal to open within bracket, within double quotes, I will write the name abc.txt, then comma, append or mode. This is the open statement for opening abc.txt file, isn't it? So if you are using a with statement along with a with statement for opening this abc.txt, there is no need of assigning this opening statement to A. Instead of that, we will just start with open, then write the text file name, then write the file mode as mf. That is, here this is the file object name. Okay, so with open new file.txt, within double quotes write the file mode and use keyword as, after that write the file object, then use one colon. So if you are using with statement to open a text file, the syntax is start with with, then open statement, write the file name and file mode, after that as, then file object, then colon. Then write the commands needed for write the commands needed for writing or reading, something like that. Okay. And in this case, there is no need of using close statement. In every open statement, we need a close statement, but in the case of with statement, there is no need of close statement. So with statement is used for easily handling the file, and we can connect two operations. That is, this A equal to open is simply like this, write like this. That is with open new file.txt comma w as mf. How we can write this open statement using with statement? You just write this statement using with statement. Open this abc.txt using with statement. Write it fast. All of you switch on the video. Aryan, Srihari, Ashwin, switch on the video. Aditya, how we can write this statement using with statement? With open. With open
abc.txt
with open within bracket within double quotes abc.txt
comma within quotes
a
then close bracket
as
a.
as A. Then write the statement. Okay, write the, if you want to write something, then write A dot, here open is the A dot write welcome to file handling. That is the use of with statement. After writing the content of that text, it is welcome to file handling. Okay. Is it clear? That's this statement. Okay. So the next topic it is absolute versus relative path. That is, it is basically related with the directories used in your system. Okay. We have commonly used the directories are C, D, E, just like that. Okay. Then how we can identify the paths, or how we can write the path of a file or folder. That is path, absolute and relative. There are mainly two path representation, absolute path representation and relative path representation. Okay. Then what is drive? The drive is the main container in which we put everything to store. Okay. These are the simple points related with a drive and file. Okay. After that, we can consider what is absolute and relative path. So the first thing it is, the drive is the main container in which we put everything to store. That is, for example, C drive. In this C drive, we can store all the file, folder or program files, everything within that drive. Just like C, we can use D, E. All these are examples of drive. The naming format is drive letter. That is, drive letter means C colon or D colon or E colon. This drive letter is C, D or E. Then, for example, C colon, D colon. Then, drive is also known as root directory. Drive is also known as root directory. That is the parent directory. From that drive, we are starting to store a file or folder. Okay, so drive is also known as root directory. Then drive contains folder and files. Within that drive, we are storing some folders and files. Okay. Then folder contains subfolders. Folder contains subfolders or files. Files are the actual data container. Okay. Within that file, we are storing some data. That file is stored under a subfolder, and within that subfolder is under main folder. That main folder is under a drive. I will explain with example. So the drive is the main container in which we put everything to store. The naming format is a letter colon, that is C colon, D colon, just like that. It is also known as root directory. Drive contains folder and files. Folder contains subfolders or files, and files are the actual data container. Okay. Then this is an example for drive and its folder file, just like that. Okay. Here C is the drive. Under this C drive, we are using sales folder, IT folder, HR folder, and product folder. Within the product folder, I am using another subfolder, that is Noida, Delhi. Under this Noida folder, I am using two files. Files means .ppt or .xls. This is file. Within this file, I am storing the actual data. Okay, so C is the drive. Under this C drive, we are using so many folders. Under each and every folder, we are using so many subfolders. Under these subfolders, we can again use subfolder. Okay, then the last one is the file related with that folder. Okay, the file extension is related to the topic. That is, if it is a PPT, then PowerPoint, then its extension is .ppt. If it is a Word document, it is .doc, just like that. Okay, so this is the root directory explanation. Then how we can write the path using absolute path method. That is the next thing. Okay, absolute path. You just write the heading absolute path. Absolute path is mentioned from starting. That is, within C colon slash, if I want to mention this members.doc, I will first start from the root directory C colon slash. Under this, it is IT. Then under this, it is members.doc. Okay. So absolute path will start from drive C colon slash. Then after that, IT, then it is members.doc. This is the absolute path writing method. Starting from the root directory, that is C colon slash, I want to mention members.doc. Members.doc will represent it like C colon slash IT slash members.doc. Okay. This is absolute path method. Then next it is relative path. Relative path is the important path. Absolute path, we are commonly used path, that is starting from root directory. We just mentioned first the root directory, then the folder name, then the subfolder name, then one more subfolder is then you mentioned the second subfolder. After that you mentioned the file name. Okay, that is the absolute path method. The second one, it is relative path. Relative path is the location of file or folder from the current folder. From the current folder. That is the difference between relative path and absolute path. Absolute path will start from drive, not from the current folder. Okay. Absolute path start from the drive, root directory, starting from the root directory, not from the current folder. But relative path starting from the current folder. That is the main difference between absolute path and relative path. Okay. So a relative path is the location of file or folder from the current folder, not from the root directory. Okay. Ashwin, Krishna, Shivani, Abdul, switch on the video. Okay. Then for using this relative path or for writing relative path, we are using some symbols. The first symbol, it is dot. What is the use of dot? Dot refers to current folder. Then double dot refers to parent folder. Then backslash, first backslash before dot and double dots. Two backslashes are there before dot and before double quotes. Double dots refers to root folder. So relative path, the path naming starting from the current folder, and there are three symbols related with relative path. First one is single dot. Single dot mention the current folder. Double dot mention the parent folder. Then backslash is for representing the root folder. Completed? Achut, completed? Krishna, Shivani, Ashwin, Aryan, switch on the video. Okay. So, how we can address a relative path? Relative addressing. Achut? It's not completed?
No, no.
Okay.
Okay. So relative path addressing. Suppose here C drive and 4 folders. Suppose current working directory is sales. So this is the current working directory. I want to move on to sheet.xls. How we can write the relative addressing path or relative path related with this root. That is sales, after that 2019, after that sheet.xls. So current working directory is sales. So I will just use a dot for representing current directory or current folder. For representing current folder, I will just use one single dot. After that, use one slash. Then under the sales directory, the folder it is 2019. So write 2019. After that, sheet.xls. So after backslash, sheet.xls. This is the relative path method. So if the current directory is product, how we can write the path? Ashwin, how we can write the path to select this file? Section 12.ppt. If product is the current directory, how we can write? Ashwin?
Yes, ma'am.
How we can write the relative path to section 12.ppt if the current directory is product?
Dot slash.
Dot slash. Then after dot slash. So dot slash is for representing this one. After that, we want to move on to
Section 12.ppt.
No, before that folder
Noida,
is there.
Noida slash.
Noida. Okay. Noida slash
Section
section 12.ppt. Correct, Ashwin. So this is the relative path method. Then one more thing using this double dot. Here in this question, Delhi is the current working directory. Then how can we set the path for section 8.xls? So Delhi is the current directory. So we can't move from Delhi to section under this section 8 is under Noida. Okay. So from Delhi, I want to move to its parent directory. I want to write the path, this path. Product Noida section 8. That is the path I want to write. But current directory is Delhi. So first I want to move this position to parent position. For representing parent directory, I will use 2 dot. So if we use 2 dot, this position moves to this position. So if you use 2 dot, the starting position or current position is changed to the parent directory or parent folder. Is it clear? Is it clear, children? The question is, Delhi is the current working directory. I want to set the path for section 8. This section 8 is under Noida, not under Delhi. So first I want to move this position to its parent directory. To move current directory to parent directory, use 2 dots. If you use 2 dots, this position is changed to this position. Under this, we can use Noida, then section 8.xls. Okay, that is relative addressing. So this is the current location. I want to move from this to this. For that, I am using 2 dots. After that, normal way, Noida, section 8.xls. Is it clear? A simple topic in file handling. how we can store this file or folder. We are dealing with file, binary and text file. Then how we can store this file and folder in a particular folder, and how we can access or set the path related with that file. If we store our Python file here, how we can access that Python file by writing a path using relative or absolute path. Okay. So the main difference between absolute and relative path is relative path starting from the current folder or current directory. Absolute path always starting from the main directory or root directory. That is, absolute path starting from C/ or D/, just like that. But relative path starting from current directory. No name is there for relative path representation. It will start from using a single dot or double dot. Is it clear?
Ma'am,
Yes, Gauri.
can you show the previous slide?
Okay, okay. So relative path will always start with a single dot or double dots. Absolute path will start with C colon or D colon slash, just like that. Okay, that is the main difference. That is, starting from root directory is absolute path. Starting from current directory is relative path.
Ma'am,
Okay, Gauri.
can you give an example for the other one, absolute?
Absolute. Absolute, it is for this one, this section dot D. Section dot 8, it is C colon slash. After that, product. So product slash Noida slash section 8.xls. This is an example for absolute path. So I want to write the path for section 8 using absolute path starting from drive root directory, that is C colon slash. After that, it is product. Then after that Noida, after that section 8.xls. This is an example for absolute path representation. Is it clear, Gauri?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can I move to the next one?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So next one, it is binary file. So we are dealing with two types of file. Mainly there are three types of file: text file, binary file, and CSV file is also there. The last topic in this chapter, it is CSV file. Okay. So the first one, it is text file. Text file, the extension it is .txt, and the data are stored in the form of characters, just like our English language. But in the case of binary file, the data are stored in the form of bits, that is zeros and ones. So we can't understand the content in that binary file. That is just, I will show the content. So we are dealing with binary files in Python. Okay. Whenever we want to write a sequence like list or directory, why we are using this binary file? That is, whenever we want to write a sequence like list or directory to a file, then we require binary file in Python. Binary file is used when we use a list or directory in a file. If you want to store a set of values using list or dictionary to a file, we are using this binary file. So almost all the binary files are related with list and dictionary. We can write all the binary file using either using list or using dictionary. So whenever we want to write a sequence like list or dictionary to a file, then we require binary file in Python. And the extension of binary file, it is .dat. What is the extension of text file? Krishna, what is the extension of text file? Unmute Krishna. Extension of text file. Yes, it is txt. Text file, that is txt. .txt is the extension of text file. The case of binary file, when we open a binary file, then the file name is abc.dat. Dat is the extension of binary file. Then the steps are almost same as in text file. There is a little difference between this opening, that is based on the mode only. There is a slight difference between opening statement and all the other statements related with binary file. Okay. So the first step, it is import pickle module. That is the main difference when we are using binary file. I will explain what is pickle and what is the use of this pickle module. So steps to work with binary file in Python. The first step, it is import pickle module. Then pickle is the module. Open file in required mode. That is just like our text opening method. We can open the file using either read more or write more or append mode. It is same as that of text file, but there is the difference is that instead of R, we want to write RB. Instead of W, we want to write WB. A also, for appending, we want to write AB, just like that. Okay. So the main difference, it is first you want to import pickle module. After that, normal way, you want to open the file using required mode like read, write or append. When we write the modes, you just use RB for read, that is read binary file, reading in binary file, writing in binary file, appending in binary file. Okay. Then write the statement to do operation like reading, writing, just like that, or perform the operation. After opening the file, perform all the operations. After that, close the binary file. These are the 4 steps related with binary file in Python. Okay. The main steps related with binary file are, first you want to import pickle module. That is the main difference between text file and binary file. In the case of text file steps, there is no need of importing anything from Python. But in the case of binary file, first you want to import pickle module. After that, open the file using open function and use the required modes. Either you can use read mode or write mode or append mode. After that, perform the operations. If it is reading, you just write the statement for reading, or write the statement for writing, or write the statement for appending. After that, close the binary file. Then these are the 4 steps, and the extension for binary file, it is .dat. Okay. Then how to write data in binary file. Python provides a module named pickle. Python provides a module named pickle, which helps us to read and write binary file in Python. So the main point related with binary file is, first you want to import pickle module. Pickle module is mainly used for reading and writing in binary file. So Python provides a module named pickle which helps us to read and write binary file in Python. Before writing to binary file, the structure, that is binary file is related with which data, which type of data binary file is related? Achyut?
Binary.
Okay, then how we use this binary file other than text file? For what purpose we are using this binary file? Where we use this binary file?
Like whenever you want to write a sequence. Like
Sequence of value. That is, if we want to write something using list or dictionary, we are using binary file. Okay. So before writing to binary file, the structure, that is list or directory. The list or directory needs to be converted in binary format. For that purpose, we are using this pickle. That process is known as pickling. So the content that we are stored in this list and directory is in normal text format. First, we want to convert that text into binary form. That process of conversion is called pickling. It is also known as serialization or flattening. Okay, so before writing to binary file, the structure, that is the content of list or dictionary, needs to be converted in binary format. So if you are writing a content like hello, we want to first convert, before writing to binary file, first we want to convert this hello into binary format. This conversion process is known as pickling. It is also known as serialization or flattening or marshalling. Then the reverse process, that is binary to character representation. It is known as unpickling. At the time of writing to file, we need pickling method, and at the time of reading the data, we need unpickling. So just listen here, I will explain with one example. That is, I want to write hello into the binary file. This is my binary file abc.dat. So I want to write this hello into binary file. So first I access that data from the keyboard. Hello is there. Before writing to the file, I want to convert this hello into binary. That process is known as pickling. Okay, so I will write this content here. So I will just write this content in the file. After that, I want to read this data and display it to the monitor, display in the monitor. So the user can't understand if we display this content like 010101. So before displaying the content, we want to reverse that process. That is, we want to convert that binary data into characters. That process is known as unpickling. Okay, so at the time of writing, the process used it is pickling. The time of reading, the process used it is unpickling. Okay, so before writing to binary file, we need pickling method, that is convert the data into binary form, and during reading we need unpickling, that is convert the data into normal form, convert the binary data into normal form. These are the two processes that happen when we use a binary data file. Then I will explain that fourth step with the with one example. That is, first step it is import pickle module. What, Achyut?
Like, is it a mistake in the number, like 1, 2, and after that 4?
No. One more step is there. That is to perform that reading writing operation. Okay. 4 steps are there. 1, 2. After 2, third step it is for performing read operation, write operation, or appending operation. I will explain that part in the next slide. Okay. So the first step it is import pickle module. How we can import pickle? Use the keyword import, then write pickle. This is the statement to import pickle. So for every binary data file, the first statement used it is import pickle. Okay. For every binary data file program, the first statement it is import pickle. After that only we can write open statement or something like that. Okay. So the first statement it is import pickle. After that you just open the file. The open file statement it is f is equal to, f is the file object. After that use open, then one dot dat. Dot dat is the extension used for binary data file. And RB, what is the use of RB, Ashwin? RB, what is RB, Ashwin? Okay, Aryan, what is the use of RB? Switch on the video.
Read mode.
Read in binary data file. RB is for, B is for binary data file. So 1.dat comma RB. Then after that you want to perform the operations related with that your program. That is, if we need to read the data, use read statement. If we want to write the data, use write statement. Or if you want to append the data, use append statement. So that is the third part. Then after performing the operations, you just close the binary file using file.close. All these are almost same as that of text file. Okay. And text file open statement is there, performing operation step is there, and close operation is also there. But the difference is that the extension is different in text file and the file mode is also different in text file. Okay. Then one more statement is there, import pickle. Completed?
Ma'am,
Okay, Gauri.
there is a third step.
What, Gauri?
There is a third step.
Third step I will explain. That is the next slide onwards. We are moving to all the operations related with that third step. That is, first we'll move on to write, then read, then append. That's why I'm not mentioning that step here. Okay. So the common steps for every operation it is first import pickle, then open the file, then close the file. These are the 3 common steps needed for all the operations like writing, reading, and appending. Okay. So the first operation it is writing onto a binary file. So this is the third step, first operation. Third step, first operation it is writing onto a binary file. So for writing operation we are using a function known as dump. Dump is the function used to write into a binary file. For writing into a binary file, we are using a separate function known as dump. Okay, this dump function accepts 2 parameters. The first parameter is the Python object which needs to be encoded or write. That is, which list we want to use or which dictionary we want to use. That is the first parameter. The second parameter is the data file object. Okay, so this dump function accepts 2 parameters. The first parameter, the actual content that is stored in list or dictionary that we want to store into binary file. So the first one it is a list or dictionary, that is Python object which needs to be encoded or write, which needs to write to the binary file. That is the first parameter. Then second parameter is the data file object. I will explain these 2 points with example. That is, to write into binary file, first step, which is import statement. Okay, so import pickle. After that, open the file. Open the file. F is equal to open data.dat wb. Dia, here which is the file object, Dia? Dia?
F.
F is the file object. Okay, this is the file object. F is the file object. Okay, then so first I will use import pickle because it's a binary file. We want to import pickle module. So import pickle. After that, I want to open the binary file. For that, I will use a file object F. F is equal to open data.dat wb. WB is for what, Aditya?
Write only.
For writing binary file, we are using WB. Then binary file is related with list or dictionary. Okay, binary file is used for storing the sequence value, that is list or dictionary. So first you want to store some contents into Python object. This is the Python object, that is identifier or variable name. So after opening the file, D is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. D is a list with 4 contents. I want to write these contents into this F. So for that, pickle is the module. The function to write into binary file, it is dump. So pickle.dump, within dump we are using 2 parameters. The first parameter is the Python object. Who is the Python object? Python object means it is D. File object means it is F. So D comma F. The meaning is that the content of D is copied to F, or write the data present in D to file F. That is the meaning of dump D comma F. All of you switch on the video. So first you want to import pickle. After that, open the file using .dat and WB. Then create a list, because the data stored in binary file either in list or in dictionary. So here I am using a list. So D is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. After that, I want to write this content into file F. For writing, we are using a built-in function, it is dump. So pickle.dump within bracket, first write the Python object, it is D. Then comma file object F. So D comma F means content of D, it is 1, 2, 3, 4. This data is written to F. Okay. And after that, close the file. Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes, Gauri.
what is the output?
Output I will show. This is the output. We can't understand the content. So after writing, you just I will explain it in the next class. Okay, it's time. Aditya present, Achyut present, Alvin present.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Shwen, Atul, Dia, Gauri, Manuel, Krishna, Muhammad absent, Shivani, Srifil. Okay. Thank you, children. I will explain the balance portion in the next class. Okay. Bye.